Coming up this week on Virginia Dirt Pirate.
It looks like a strap end. What it looks like. And there's some material here. That's jasper. That's also a graver. I'm almost certain that's a graver tip. Wow, okay. What is it? Oh yeah, it's a coin. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This week we're going to head out to probably 2 or 3 different permissions of mine that I need to get back to before bow season starts next month. People just don't like me out on their land making weird beeping noises in the woods when deer season's getting ready to start, so and I can appreciate that. But these are all permissions that I found something significant at in the past, and I'd like to get back there. So tomorrow morning we're going to head on out and we're going to see how these places are looking. I'm going to try the new settings that I've worked up on the manticore, and we'll see what we can find. Okay, well it looks like the loggers have been busy since the last time I was out here. Looks like they've pretty much clear cut the whole area. There was a site down in here. Well, there still is a site down in here, but I can't seem to figure out where it was. But I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out one way or the other. It'll just take me a little while. Sometimes when the loggers come through here, you know, they'll screw things up pretty bad. But sometimes they reveal things too that you didn't know was there before. So either way, they're just doing their job. Okay, well this is what I was talking about. This is one of the things. Sometimes the loggers will reveal stuff. So I think I'm going to need to really go through this area pretty good. This here, this is not normal. Okay, that's jasper. That's also a graver. I'm almost certain that's a graver tip. Somebody manufactured that. I have a whole collection of these. Yep. Almost certain that's what it is. Well, time will tell. We're going to go ahead and search this area and see if we can't find any arrowheads. Maybe some made of jasper like that, huh? That'd be nice. Okay. Don't see anything else native yet. But I do remember this little ridge here. This ridge marked the eastern extent of the site, and there should be a mound with brick and rock right down in there somewhere. And I'm gonna go look for it. Okay, found the site. They just kind of plowed right through it, but you can see the foundation stones and things here. Brick. So it looks like they have rearranged the area pretty good. So maybe, just maybe, they've uncovered some stuff or moved enough dirt around that I might be able to find something decent. So, time to get going. All right, let's try a low ringer. Looks good and solid. Probably a shotgun shell, but let's find out. It's out, and I see it. Shotgun shell. Yup, low ringing shotgun shell. All right. All right, right in the shotgun shell range. The visual signal looks a little weird. Kind of straddling the line, a little above the line. Might be falsing, but I'm going to try it. Yes, it was falsing. Okay, this I didn't record this because it was like ringing up like modern trash, and it was only a couple of bars down. But I don't know how modern this is. It looks like a strap end or something. I'm gonna get my phone out and take a look at it. All right. It looks like a strap end. What it looks like, and there's some material here. I don't know how old this is. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research on it when I get home. It's interesting. Doesn't look new. All right. Not a whole lot going on at the first site, so it's on to the next site. It's been a little while since I've been to this permission, but the last time I was here, I found a large piece of silver, which turned out to be the back of a clothes brush. Really cool looking, monogrammed. I've also found things like 3-ringer, found several buttons, flat buttons, and a really nice 2-piece button that still had some of the cloth in the shank, which is really interesting. This place isn't a very large place, but it's old. And I think it was probably lived in from the early 1800s until, you know, maybe just after the Civil War, sometime about like that. That would be my guess anyway. And here's the mound. You can see all the stones. And if you look carefully, you can see the footprint of the house here. This is where it was. And the site goes back to the end of this little toe slope here. Probably about maybe 100 yards in that direction. So anyhow, let's go do some digging. Okay, so here's one found with the manticore all the way up, the sensitivity all the way up. Right in the shotgun shell range, but the signal does not look like a shotgun shell, and it's way down. Now let's see what the signal looks like when I turn it down to 24. Much weaker signal. I've been through this area before. Yep, I probably just missed it. All right, finally got it out. This was down a ways. No wonder I missed it the last time. Can hear it now. All right, let's see what it is. I know it's not a shotgun shell. It was way too deep to be a shotgun shell. Now watch it be a shotgun shell. I doubt it. Is that it? I'll be damned. No, that's not it. Where is it? I turned it off. This is something small. That is it. Okay, it's a piece of lead. I think that's what it is. Yep, it's an old piece of lead. Let me clean it up a little bit and take a look at it. Yep, piece of lead. Has that white patina on it. It's old lead. Might be a musket ball that smacked into something. Small caliber musket ball, maybe. Wow, these are some crazy looking mushrooms. They look like giant pancakes. Looks like there might be something living in that one. Huh. Haven't seen ones like these before. That's interesting. Alright, well this would be the best signal that I've had in a while. Depth keeps jumping around. Visual signal looks weird. Who knows? Let's give it a try. All right. Turn the sensitivity back down. Now that looks really good. All right. Oh my goodness. I see it. All right. I think I might have hit it. Wasn't trying to. I think I got out in front of it. I think I ended up hitting it anyway. What is it? Oh yeah, it's a coin. I believe it's a coin. All right. That looks like silver. All right, let me do some work on it and then I'm gonna get my phone out. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. I'm hitting the coppers. Oh my God. With the new settings. With the new settings, I'm hitting the coppers. This is a completely different site. I had pegged this site here as going back to, well, about the early 1800s, based on some of the buttons and things I found. I'll be daggoned. All right, it still needs some work on it. Man, I hope I can get a date. That would be so cool. Unbelievable. I'm just rolling along with the coppers. Wow. I can even see a little bit of a date coming through. It's obviously a braided hair. This one looks like it's going to clean up pretty nice. It's better than the last braided hair I found a few weeks back. It's funny because this one is bent too a little bit. I don't know why. I don't know why I thought it, I guess I thought it was a quarter because the braided hairs are a little bit smaller than the matrons and some of the other ones. Wow. Man, I'll tell you what, I love finding coppers. As long as I can identify them. As long as I can just identify them, then I'm good. But this one looks pretty good. Pretty good. All right, let's see what else we can find. Okay, so I went to fill in the hole. Haven't filled it in yet. Figured I would scan it before I do. This one sounds like it's got some iron around it. And it's nowhere near as high as the largecent. But I'm going to check it out. Okay, I got this one out. Looks solid. Let's see what it is. Okay. That's a root. Oh my gosh, it's a coin. I'll bet you anything it's a coin. I'll bet you anything it's another coin. Maybe. Maybe it's a coin. Or maybe it's a button. It's a button. I'll be damned. I think it's a button. Yeah, I think it's a flat button. I think that's what it is. Yep. I'll be damned. All right. Let me clean it up and see if there's anything on it. Yep. Yep. Just a plain flat button. With a way off center shank. It's probably an old one. I don't see any sign of any back mark on it. But there could be. It's a little bit toasty. All right. Things are starting to heat up. Okay, good chance this might be a shotgun shell. It's pretty high, but we'll see. I'm going to dig it. I was afraid that might be what it was. They ring up a little bit higher than shotgun shells. Oh well. It's dogfight day. Okay, this one sounds good. Wow. Wow, does it sound good. Unless it's falsing. I don't know, it might be falsing. Wow. All right, let me turn it down. See how it sounds at 24. Oh my gosh. All right. Wow, okay. All right, let me dig that up. All right, it's out now, and the signal is lower. It's interesting. Still reading in the upper 60s, and it's solid signal. Kind of jumping around though. Looks good on the visual. Huh. All right, let's see if the pinpointer can find it. There it is. Oh my gosh, it is a coin. I'll be damned. Is it? No, it's not. What the hell is that? It's a pendant, I think. I think it's a pendant. What the hell? Unless it's something else. Let me get my phone out. It's a horse pendant. It's a horse head pendant. Oh my gosh. It's really high relief too. Wow. I think it looks like it's probably silver plated. That's why it must have been ringing up like that. Huh. That's really wild. Okay. Very cool. Good hunt today. Good hunt. Didn't really start out that way. Started out a bit slow, but after we got over to site number 2, things picked up a little bit. Didn't even have to go to site number 3. Ended up spending the rest of the day over at site number 2, which is an interesting site. Pre-Civil War site. Kind of a sparse site. You know, stuff is kind of scattered around. Not loaded up like the Baby Button Farm, but there is stuff there. But right now, I'm tired and I'm hungry and I need to go get something to eat. And then later on, I'll figure out what's going to happen next week. All right, once again, it is time for the weekly wrap-up. And this week, we were not at the Baby Button Farm. We were out exploring new territory. Or actually, we were exploring sites that I've been to before in the past and been meaning to get back to. Sites that I've found some interesting stuff in the past. And I wanted to try out my new settings there. And as it turns out, it turned into a pretty good hunt. The first place that I went to had been clear cut recently by the loggers, and they went in there and they cut all the pines down and they pushed all the dirt around and knocked some of the piles over and things. But whenever they do that, you know, sometimes they mess things up, but other times they expose things. And this time around, one of the things that they exposed was this. I don't know how many of you are familiar with prehistoric artifacts, but this is a graver. It's just a small tool that that you find at prehistoric sites sometimes. And this site is this area is right near a prehistoric site. And gravers are something that you find every once in a while. I've found quite a few of them. I always pick them up when I see them. People that go hunting for arrowheads, a lot of times they don't know what to look for, and they leave all the small tools like awls and perforators and, you know, gravers. It's just a small tool that was used for etching on pottery or wood and stuff like that. Very interesting thing to find. So I'm very happy to have that, and I'll add that to my collection. Also at the same site, found this, which is very interesting. I think this is a kind of a strap end for a gunsling, either a rifle or a shotgun. And it's very interesting. It still has the cloth attached to it. It's in very, very delicate shape, so I need to put it in something to protect it. Based on the design, I'd say it looks like it's late Victorian, and that would check out with some of the things I've found at this site before in the past. I think this site was a hunt club or a shooting range of some kind, and I found this right next to a whole pile of shotgun shells that were basically all the same. They were UMC New Club. And those type of shotgun shells were made from 1891 to 1910. And I know that because there is a shotgun shell database online, which is very handy. So I've put the word out on this, but I haven't heard anything back yet. But I'm fairly certain that that's what that is. That was probably the most interesting thing that I found at the first site. At the second site, one of the first things I found was yet another copper. And this one, let me see if I can. This one actually has the date on it. I did get the date on it. And it is an 1842 small date. In pretty good condition. Not perfect, but pretty good condition. Much better than the last braided hair that I found several weeks ago. So I just keep finding the coppers. Found a lot of coppers this summer. That's very cool. And I also found a flat button right next to it. This looks like a fairly old flat button. It doesn't have any back mark, and the shank is way off center. This little horse pendant that I found, I don't really know about this. This might be kind of an anomaly. I'm not sure how old this is. It was found right near the site, kind of down near the creek. So I'm not sure if it's actually came from that site or not. But it's very interesting. Interesting little thing to find. And aside from that, found some of the usual iron, piece of chain, little piece of historic period pottery. Looks like probably part of a jug or a crock or something. Anyhow, it was very interesting hunt. So I think next week we're just going to kind of continue with the same thing. Probably start out with the site that I didn't get to this week, and maybe possibly go to a couple of other sites too, just in case one of them doesn't pan out. But we shall see. Anyhow, if you like what you saw today, please like, share, and subscribe. And remember, dig it all, fill in your holes, and leave nothing but footprints.